Hi, I'm Roshina. Welcome to Christ Church.
Hey, I'm Nate with Christ Church Montevideo. We've been through quite a journey with these doors, and today I would like to conclude by examining maybe the most common use of door in the New Testament, especially by the apostles who carried the message of Jesus to people all over the known world. And it's the way that we most commonly use doors in our everyday speech. A door is an opportunity. Now, when we talk about open doors being opportunities and closed doors being signs to move on, while for some they see them as challenges, what you probably have heard someone say, when one door closes, another opens. And the scholars behind the movie Frozen have taught us that love is an open door. And the first person to accomplish something new, we say, has opened the door for others to follow. If you search the word door or open door in the New Testament letters, especially Paul's, you will see that in the way the word is used, that there are a few main opportunities that have been opened for you and me. So I picked one of the passages of one of Paul's letters to be our base of operation as we take a quick tour through lots of different parts of the New Testament. In Colossians 4, Paul said, "Please pray for us, that God may open a door for our message, so that we may proclaim the mystery of Christ, for which I am in chains. Pray that I may proclaim it clearly as I should. Be wise in the way you act toward those who are outside the Christian faith. Make the most of every opportunity. And let the conversation always be full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone." So first, let's focus on the phrase, proclaim the mystery of Christ. Now, if there is a meeting behind closed doors, it means what's going on inside is secret. It means the ones inside are important and authorized. They're in the know. And you, if you're not invited, you don't get access. What they're talking about is a mystery to you. It's very exclusive, and that just adds to the intrigue. So the first open door is the opportunity to come in and be in the know. It's access to information or revelation. It's a peek into the mystery. It's an invitation to come and see into God's mind. Earlier in Colossians, Paul said his goal was for people to have the full riches of complete understanding in order that they may know the mystery of God, namely Christ, in whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. The open door is the opportunity to come and see. Now, the last time a door is mentioned in the Bible is Revelation 4:1. The disciple John is shown an open door in heaven and is invited to come and see, to be shown what's going to happen. And from there, we get the whole book of Revelation, where John gets invited to peek into a piece of the mystery, a secret that was previously behind closed doors. And this wasn't just for him to come and see. This was for him to write down so that this opportunity to see and hear and learn some of the thoughts of the God of the universe would be available and open to everyone. And that's what's so significant, that you and I are invited to peek behind the closed doors. We are considered important by the God of the universe and authorized to be in the know. We're invited to have access to God and to the riches of his mystery in his infinite mind. Now that is intense. And there are many ways that Paul uses this concept of mystery all over his writings. And that's a great journey for another time. But the part of this mystery that he considered of first importance was the resurrected Jesus being the first to accomplish this new something, and so opening the door for others to follow. On Resurrection Day, there was the consistent invitation to the disciples to come and see. But Jesus took this to the next level. He went to them so they would see. And on this day, Jesus showed no regard or concern whatsoever for closed or even locked doors. First, the stone door that closed his dead body in the grave didn't seem to be much of a problem. And then he appeared in the house where his disciples were, despite their locked doors. Jesus went first to accomplish this new thing, and in doing that, opened the door for all to follow. Just like Jesus was not held back by the gravestone, neither will we be. Paul said, I tell you a mystery. I want to let you in on a little secret. We who believe will all be changed. With the same power he used to resurrect Jesus to this kind of glorious new body, God will do the same with those who trust him. Now, we only get a glimpse into this mystery, into how it will be, by observing Jesus in his resurrected body. What no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love him. This is the mystery that's been hidden and has now been revealed to us by God's Spirit. So Jesus opens this door of new life for us, and he opens the door to know about this door. And yet it's still mystery. We're never going to know even a fraction of God's stuff in this life. Gives us plenty to do in the next. But that's part of this endless journey of getting to know God in close relationship and the richness of his knowledge that he has in his infinite mind. So we have the opportunity to be comfortable with not knowing. So this door is the opportunity to know what we can know and to be intrigued by what we can't. And the other major way open door is used in Paul's writings is as an opportunity to share what we can know and intrigue people with what we can't. The open door is the opportunity to go and share, to let people know what we've seen, heard, learned, and experienced. Remember, Paul said, pray for us that God may open a door for our message. Now, one thing is to pray for the open door. The next challenge is to make the most of every opportunity. That's why Paul asks for prayer not only for the opportunity, but the ability to walk through it, to make known the mystery of the good news without fear. Because what are the major reasons why one might hope or pray for opportunities and then not take them when they appear? The top two reasons found by surveys: fear and weariness or laziness. So I leave you with these 4 tips from Paul for sharing this open door with others. 2 things to not be afraid of, and 2 things to not get tired of or lazy about. So first, let's not be afraid of our own limitations. Many would consider Paul the greatest theologian or the greatest missionary, but he often admitted his shortcomings and weaknesses. Here in Colossians 4, he asked for prayer that he would articulate clearly, and he expressed the need for even the words to say to be given to him. And he confessed to the Corinthians that when he went to speak with them, he went in weakness, with great fear and trembling. And he said his message wasn't really eloquent or persuasive or super wise. He said he relied on God's Spirit so that people would be impressed by God and not his fancy speech or human intellect. And he was quick to admit what he didn't know, what was still mystery. So we should take this example and be motivated to not be afraid of our own limitations. An action step could be, if you're willing, to pray that God would give you words. And you can join the Zoom on Wednesdays at 12 to have people pray that with you. But at the same time, in that reliance on God, let's not get weary of or lazy about learning. In Colossians 4, Paul encourages us to know how to answer. His friend Peter said something similar. Always be prepared to give an answer for the hope that you have. So not being afraid of our own limitations and relying on God doesn't negate the need and the responsibility to learn, since Jesus has opened the door so that we can be in the know. An action step could be to commit, if you're willing, to discover and investigate the Bible. Maybe you could join one of our community Bible studies. Next, let's not be afraid of opposition. Here in Colossians 4, Paul says it's because of this message that he is in chains. Now, that was a very common situation Paul found himself in, but opposition wasn't a closed door for him. It seems like it was the opposite. Curiously, one time God busted open his prison doors and made his chains fall off, but Paul didn't even run away. He stayed. He took it as a spiritual open door to share the good news with the guard. He once said he would stay in a city because there was a wide door for effective work that had opened to him, and there were many who opposed him. It almost seemed like the opposition was all the more reason for him to stay. Now, in most of our contexts, this physical extreme opposition isn't our reality, but that doesn't mean that we don't feel opposition. The fear of rejection is a real roadblock. Now, an action step could be to pray that God would give you courage and to pray for those who might oppose you. Now, Wednesdays from 7 to 7 is a great opportunity for you to do something different and come pray in the calm of the church building for this. There are always people here who will pray with you if you want. But at the same time, in that courage, let's not get weary of or lazy about doing good. Paul reminds us of the importance of being full of grace when we interact with people. In another letter, he says, let's not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we don't give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. Actions of love authenticate a message of love. So if you're up for it, you should see how you can participate in Project Generosity if you haven't already. And the why of all of this is that we genuinely care about people. Because if you've found this open door to the hope and the love and the freedom of Jesus, it's natural for you to want others to get to know this Jesus too. And when we're feeling afraid or weary or weak or discouraged, don't forget we can run to the one who is capable of anything, the one that can't be stopped by closed doors. In him, and through faith in him, we may approach God with freedom and confidence. We have the freedom and opportunity of direct access. His door is always open for us. So in that vein, I leave you with this benediction that Jesus said to a church in modern-day Turkey. What I open, no one can shut. And what I shut, no one can open. I know your deeds. See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. I know that you have little strength, yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name. I am coming soon.